Buene tiro.
I couldn't do that. Could you do that? How can they do that?
You're beginning to get on my nerves. Who are those guys?
Uncommon Sense with the Senior Delinquents.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this premiere edition of Senior Delinquents. I'm Dennis Silvers. So happy to have all of you aboard with my absolutely great co-host, producer, director, Jamie McWilliams, who is in Florida. Bless his heart. Jamie and I have some really good life experiences, especially when we were younger, hence the delinquents that we're going to give our opinion about, we're going to discuss about, a little bit different slant on some of the topics that we're going to be bringing you in the future. So without further ado, and I'm so happy that he's back because he was out of the country working and we were a little afraid that he might not get back, but let me bring up Jamie McWilliams.
Hola, I was down in the Caribbean. And Dennis, it's very important if you say Caribbean. It's amazing, like speaking French in France, how much they more appreciate you when you're down there.
Jamie, I've never had a problem when I'm down there saying Caribbean. I've never had a problem ordering a potato as opposed to a potato, or eating a tomato as opposed to a tomato. Why are you giving me this?
Well, it sounds like you're having a nuclear breakdown right now. But hey, that aside, because I know no Spanish, but at least I said the name of the area correctly. Everything I said, they were so enthusiastic, so deferential. Every time that I would speak, they would go, Toro Mirta, Toro Mirta, Toro Mirta. In fact, they gave me this hat as a tribute.
Oh my God, Jamie, do you know what that means in Spanish? That means shit.
Oh. Let's just drop the whole thing. Things are done a little bit differently there, I found out. In other words, like getting off the plane, you know how you usually very courteously wait for the person to go in front of you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was standing up, ready to get my stuff, and from the back I heard, "Ándale, hombres!"
Apresúrese, no durará para siempre, servirán refresco. El especial.
And the next thing I knew, I was pretty much trampled by the people leaving the airplane. Little things like that. Other thing I learned from this trip is that I've never seen people speak a language faster. I was so impressed with what they could do until they actually had to do something.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody speak faster and do something slower. Their motto is, when you come here, you may not want to leave. Well, actually, when you come there, you probably won't be able to leave, because what I went through to get out of this area was unbelievable. You had to have a COVID test. I said, well, how long for the results? Oh, only 5 minutes, 10 minutes, senor. And I go, okay, well, what happens if you get a positive result? Oh, no problem. You just spend a little time here. Well, I look over to the side and the guy's there going, So most of my day preparing to go was figuring out, can I actually get out? But anyway, it was a good time.
But you got out, and that's the important thing, that you're here, because we look forward to bringing you a lot of really terrific shows. But the difference is we're giving you that delinquent point of view. So check us out every week.
Well, you had some delinquency in your younger days, I believe.
Yes.
What did you do to show that your rebellious side could come out?
Oh, there's so many things, but just let me give you a quick one, Jamie. Before I got my driver's license, okay, I used to, and I'm still embarrassed to admit that when my family went out for the evening, I had an extra set of keys to one of the cars, and I used to drive the car at night without them knowing about it, without having a damn driver's license. How do you like that?
Well, I think based on what I looked at, when I took a look at the actual records, you actually set a record for having the learner's permit for longer than anybody in the state of California. Now, I was never a vicious delinquent. I was just like, what can we do to get in trouble, without really getting in trouble? An example of my mindset and my rebelliousness happened in high school. I was actually in a talent show at the high school, and I really liked a comedy album that Stan Freberg did that was like the history of the United States. I'd never been on stage, but I thought it was funny as hell. Put together some people, entered the talent show. They had the usual stuff with the person that played the piano and the person who sang. At the end of the night, we presented on the last bit of the bill, and the crowd went nuts. And we actually performed again for the entire school. I'm on cloud nine, but also at this time, I was a good son who was president of the youth group of my church. And I said, we'll do this there. Well, a song that was in it was, let's have a little drinko and fill the quill. And they said, we cannot have anything with alcohol in it. And after performing it anyway and letting it slip in, they said, how dare you do that? And I said, hey, guess what? I no longer am the president of the youth group. I have been an iconoclast.
But that's okay. You know what? Because our sponsor, and we're going to go to their commercial right now, loves people that are bold, that are forward thinking like you and I. So let's go to their commercial right now, and we'll see you right on the other side.
All right.
I know you like art, and you've got a great clip about art, which a lot of our viewers and listeners can relate to. What about that?
We have to have highbrow, not just lowbrow. People love art, and one of our potential sponsors, you're going to love this. You don't want to miss this. This is what's going to set the art world on fire.
That was great. Very topical, kind of controversial. I just absolutely love it.
Well, I want you to sign up right away for this course.
I'm going to think about that.
You know, John Nagy actually did have a show back in the 50s, which I saw. And the thing that was cool about it is he took you through how you could be an artist. But it always started with like, okay, draw a line for the horizon. I can do that. And then draw this. And so you'd have this little nice start, but he'd come back after the commercial, trees and houses and that,
gosh.
and you got this piece of crap mess.
To me, it's a little girly, and that makes me think of my youth when I used to drive a motorcycle. I loved being out on the open road on my Harley Davidson, and I didn't have the expensive stuff on, you know, like you see a lot of people do now. And you know what? They're not real bikers, Jamie. They're doctors, they're dentists, they're lawyers, or whatever. They're pretend bikers. Not me. I didn't have it, and I wasn't pretend about it.
I think you had it because you only had a learner's permit. That's my feeling. At least you could get away with your own cycle.
Yeah.
But we won't revisit that. But Dennis, I'll tell you, I like the idea of motorcycles, but in Florida where there's no helmet law, I think that they're basically in a club called Future Corpses of America. Everybody I ever knew with a cycle has had an accident. Now my only experience was when I was a graduate student and I went after taking the courses into Italy, and I said, why not take a motor scooter and tour the town? And it was a cool scooter. You probably heard of it. It's called Vespa. They had this really cool commercial that was like, Vespa, Vespa.
Palpito regolare di un motore perfetto.
I thought they were just glorifying farting, but it actually was a motor scooter. And I drove around, but I didn't have your courage to take a full-blown hog out in the road.
So you were on a wimpy, girly little Vespa? Is that what you're telling everybody?
Yes, yes,
Well, you know
and the
what?
funny thing is, right at the end when I was turning the scooter in, I slipped on the brake and I went like that, and I put a dent in it. So I turned and he goes, "Hey, what the hell is this about?" He let me off the hook, but I just said, maybe me and motor scooters are it's like
yeah.
not
Oh
the
my
best
God. Well, you know what? Now that we're, excuse the expression, rolling, I want to tell everybody a little about some of our future topics, like trans athletes. Who's the number one in the world, and why would it be number one? And our Delinquents time capsule, which we'll get into in a couple of future shows. How about pets with bad breath? Weird underwear. You should be a source on that.
And even medical subjects. I brought this back just to show you how easy it is to catch COVID.
I think we probably should wrap it up. What do you think?
Well, I think you're right. And there's one advantage I have in any wrap-up.
What's that?
You are on the West Coast,
Right.
pretty much in Nevada. I'm here in Florida, so it's late in the afternoon. You probably have to go back to work where I can sit back and enjoy my martini.
Oh my God.
Well, until next time, all I can say is, hi ho, Silvers, away.